Manipuri dance is called Jagoi. It means movement in a circle. In Manipuri dance, the dancers move leftward making a circle, and for this reason dances in Manipur are termed Jagoi from very ancient times. The fact that the Manipuri dance is in accordance with the Veda and is very ancient is indicated by the fact that the Vedas declare that the planets move around the sun leftward on their axis and is the movement of the dance. Dance as such therefore means movement leftward in a circle according to the Vedas. In accordance with this indication of the Veda, the dancers move leftward in a circle in Manipuri dance. But in other types of Indian dance, the movement takes place rightward. The Nritya Shastra says, moving the body, especially the face, to the left while moving in the posture of dance, rightward in the circle is called Bahya Bhramari in the Natya Shastra. And moving out the face to the right while moving in the posture of dance, leftward is called Antara Bhramari. As in the Manipuri dance, the movements place leftward. The Bahya Bhramari of Natya Shastra becomes here the Antara Bhramari or Uplai in Manipuri. The Antara Bhramari of Natya Shastra becomes in this dance Brahya Bhramari or long lie. The antiquity of Manipuri dance is well established. Valmiki, the great saint, writes in the Ramayana that when the earth emerged from the sea, the sun made his first appearance on the Saumanasa peak of the Udya Parvata, and from that time the southward movement of Dakshinaya of the sun began. Valmiki further writes that the Saumanasa peak is the eastern border of India. From this, we come to know that the hill on the eastern border of India near the Tropic of Cancer is Manipur and is called the Saumanasa peak of Udaya Parvata in Ramayana. Even today, that hill is known as Somara in Manipuri. Ved Vyas in the Mahabharata and Valmiki in his Ramayana further declare that this Saumanasa peak there is a gate set by the gods. That gate is known as Nong Pokthong or the gate of the east among the Manipuris. The hill people who live on the Saumanasa or the Somara peak as the guards of that gate are known as the Tankhus. It appears that this Tankhu was formerly known as Tandu. In ancient times, Brahma, accompanied by Bharata, the sage, went to Lord Mahadev and entreated him to teach his Angahara dance to Bharata. Mahadev asked Tandu to teach the Angahara or the Augringahara dance to Bharata. This Augringahara dance, as it is taken from Tandu, is known as Tandava in Bharata's Natya Shastra. The scholars and observers find the elements of Tandu in the Augrihangan dance of Manipuri. Valmiki further says that Saumanasa peak, which is the first rising place of sun, is also the place of the first appearance of Usha, the goddess of dawn. From very ancient times, the devotees in Manipur had been practicing the Ching Khairol dance in imitation of Usha. The very fine dance of Manipur originated from that. Every Manipuri woman, therefore, is the disciple of Usha, and these women from the very ancient times had been putting on Penak, which is a dress made by imitating Usha and which is worn on their chest. It is known that Usha was the disciple of Parvati, and so the dance of Manipur is the dance of Shiva and Parvati. Herein lies the antiquity of the Manipuri dance. There are various types of Manipuri dances. Of these, the principal ones under historicity are the following: Aurainga Hangen, Ching Khairol, KKK or Thabal Chongbi, Lai Haroba, Natapala Kirtana, Rasa, Sanshehmba and Khubak Ishai. All the types of Manipuri dance are grounded in the Veda and applied in order to please the gods. Some of them, as an example, Thabal Chongbi may be called a community dance. In this kind of dance, there is no sharp distinction between the dancers and the spectators. The spectator can be dancer and the dancer can be spectator. If the dance is performed before a god, then the spectators should be observe one rule. The spectators cannot witness the dance either by sitting or by standing or by moving alone. They must be in some pose of dance. And when the devotees are dancing before the god, the spectators cannot go between the god and the dancers. If anybody does like this, he must atone for it. Again, when the Laipu part of the Lai Haroba or the Bhangi pairing of the Rasa is being done, the spectators cannot move their body. They must remain steady and meditate the form of God. Khubak Ishai. Khubak Ishai is the dance that is performed in accompaniment of rhythmical sounds made by clapping with the palms. The Manipuri nowadays perform this dance for 10 days, beginning from the day of car festival of Lord Jagannath. From very ancient times, the custom of singing and dancing in accompaniment of clapping sounds by the followers and employees of the king when the king goes out of his palace had been in vogue. The car festival is known as Kangchinba in Manipur. Kangchinba is the festival of pulling the chariot, imitating the movements of the sun god from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn and placing the symbol of Lord Vishnu in the chariot. During this festival, when the chariot of Lord Jagannath is pulled, the Manipuris perform the Khubak Ishai. After the Manipuris accepted the Gaudiya form of Vaishnavism, Kangchinba became transferred onto the car festival. It is said that Lord Gauranga, while he was looking at the chariot of Lord Jagannath, fell into the mood of Radha, who was feeling the pang of separation from Krishna when he started for Mathura in the chariot of Akrura. This event is acted in Khubai Ishai dance. Therefore, the sentiment of rasa of separation finds its highest expression in Khubak Ishai. Khubak Ishai has two forms, that is Tandava form and the Lasya. The Tandava form manifests the height of virility and the Lasya form manifests artistic fineness. The word Lai, God, refers to Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. The acting of the dalliance of illegal love between the incarnates of Parvati and Shiva was known as Lai Haroba in ancient Manipuri language. The principal dancer in this dance is called Amaibi. She enters the stage and makes there a seat of cloth spread on a piece of plantain leaf. She worships God Indra in the center of that seat, then gradually moving leftwards from the southwest corner of that seat, she worships gods Thakching, Wangbaren, Marjit and Kowaren respectively. Maibi dances 7 types of dances. Then with her all the dancers move leftward around the stage 4 times. The dancers then stand in a circle. The singer then sings Hairau and Hoya 7 times in 7 tunes, and the dancers dance 3 types of Laipu. The 3 kinds of Laipu dances. In the first form of Laipu, God is shown to incarnate himself in human form. He is shown to develop the different organs from head to feet while remaining within the womb. Secondly, his temple is shown to be made. Then the making of clothes for him and the dedication of the same to him are also acted. After the performing the 3 types of Laipu dance, the dalliance of illegal love between Nongpongning Nu and Panthoibi, the incarnates of the Lord and the Mother, is acted. This is in brief the description of Laiharoba. Among the 9 existing modes of expressing bhakti, Manipuri dance is the second one, which is known as Kirtana. The costumes therefore coincide with the ones used at the time of worshipping God according to the rules of Shastras. All male dancers put on sacred thread, and both male and female dancers put on garments in the form of Trikasta, 3 notes at 3 places of the waist. This is arranged in the following manner: 1 note at the navel being Ganja, or the front tail hanging from the navel to the knees, a second at the left side of the waist, and third at the waistband at the back tail. It is the same of kaupin underwear of kusha grass and munja mekhla used by the Kshatriyas in the time of war as described in Mahabharata. The uttariya also is used according to the Shastras. Fanak and Kumil are the 2 main costumes of the Manipuri dance. Fanak is used in Laiharoba, while Kumil is used in Rasa. The Kumil is made very thick and stiff so that the movements of the lower portion of the body below the waist may be totally invisible at the time of dancing. Because it is very old custom among the Manipuris as well among the people of some of the former native states of India not to show the movements of the lower portion of the body of a woman while dancing before the king. The embroidered garland of lotus and bees on the border of the fanak bears the work of antiquity, which may be dated back to the prehistoric period. The same figure of the border of the fanak has been found painted on the earthen pot excavated at Mohenjo-daro. The black and red stripes of fanak represent the dark night and the red rays of Usha respectively. Kumil, the costume of Ras, is the design developed from fanak. It was introduced by Bhagyachandra Jai Singh, the king of Manipur. While wearing this, the rules of Trikashta are observed. The style of hairdressing of keeping the coil on the top of the head is copied from that of the god and goddesses. The Maitis believed the image of Buddha to be the only image of God, and so they put the coil of hair on the top of the heads of the gods and goddesses like that of Buddha. The veil covering the head represents Uttariya. Mask is used in dances of Goshtalila and Kalya Daman. The term Augri-hangel is derived from Sanskrit word Augri Angahara, which means the Angaharas, the movements of the body of the Augri, that is Shiva. The Maitis believe that this is the dance of Shiva. There is the traditional story that at the time of Manipur was a part of seas surrounded by the ranges of hills, and its position was like that of human navel. Shiva drained off the water by making a hole in the hill with his trident. After this, he danced on this land, accompanied by the gods and goddesses. Augri Hangel is the dance which is Maitis thought to be the bodily movements of Shiva in that performance. This is the dance with swords in hands, dance with spears in hands, and dance in free hands. The movements are of two kinds, the first indicating prosperity and the second indication of destruction. This Augri Hangel dance is the Tandava according to the Bharata's Natya Shastra. There is another dance with spectators. The dance imitating the coming of Usha is called Ching Khairol. The ancient Maithis sadhakas with naked body at an unroofed place imitating the movements of the crows and cocks. The Veda describes dancing in imitation of Usha. The Maithis dance imitating Usha. Such dance is called Lasya according to the Natya Veda. Then is the KKK or Thawal Chogbi. Thawal Chogbi is performed on the full moon night of the month of Falguna. It is performed by the male and female collectively holding hands in line. While dancing, they go around singing in the anti-clockwise direction. The Maithis have been performing this dance since the Gavamayana period. According to the Nartana Shastra, it is another kind of ras. The dancing movement of it imitate the rising of Usha or the rays of the daybreak. Hence, it is known as the KKK Chongbi. I will talk of Lai Haroba, which is a very well known form to you all. It is performed for the pleasure of the gods. According to the Nartana Shastra, it is of Natya type. The Purva Ranga and Rangapita, Parikramana, etc., which are the main elements of Natya, are acted here. Next to these acts, the Laipau is danced, and then the love play of Panthoibi and Nongpak, Ningthau, is played. The rules which the Bharatanatyam Shastra prescribed are found observed in this performance. This is the true Bhagavata Dharma. The difference is only in the name of Parvati and Parameshwara, Panthoibi and Nongo Ninguthou, instead of the names of Sri Radha and Krishna. In the Nata Pala Kirtana, it is a kind of kirtana performed by the male dancers in dancing movements with cymbals in hand. The rules of dance as prescribed in Natya Veda, that is part of the Purva Ranga and Rangapita Parikramana, are found observed in this kirtana. In the gesticulation of the hands are acted with kartala, cymbals in the hands. The Maithais perform this in 4 talas, namely Tindan, Mel, Mankup and Tanchak. The such type of kirtana is not found anywhere else except in Manipura. So, these kirtanas are very important and for us to look at them. Then comes the Rasa Nartana. In Kali Yuga, kirtana is called a form of yagna, sacrifice. The Bhagavad says, Yagnai Sankirtana Prariryavanti Hi Sumedhasha, meaning the learned scholars worship God, Bhagavan, by performing Sankirtana, a sort of sacrifice. Nartana is also the main element of Sankirtana. Without Nartana, Sankirtana is not complete form as instructed by the Bhagavata. In the performance of yagna called Sankirtana, the female dancers dance in the Rangapita, the play of Rasa, that is Rasa Leela, according to the description of Bhagavata. This performance is called Jagoi Rasa Sannabha in Maithi language and Manipuri Rasa dance or Manipuri Ras Nartana in other languages. If the performance of Manipuri dance reminds us of the old Vedic performance called Nartana, in Rig Veda 14 suktas are composed in dialogue form. The scholars believe that the suktas are the original form of natya or drama. The rigs of these suktas are recited in the song. From these songs, the natya originated. Sankirtana Yagna is performed in the northwestern corner of the hall, where the female singers sing the songs in the tal, that is in Tindan, Mel, Tanchap and Mankoop in succession. We are talking of the Ras Nartana. Following this song, the gopis dance and then act Bhangi Pareng. Then the female singers sing the description of Ras Leela as found in the Bhagavata. According to the song, the gopis dance accompanied by Sri Krishna within the Mandali, the play which Sri Krishna performs on the bank of Yamuna. Then the performance proceeds on. The following plays, that is Vanishing of Sri Krishna, the pang of the separation of the gopis when they are separated from him, Gopi's song on the bank of the Yamuna praying for his reappearance, Prem Seva of the gopi towards him, questioning him by the gopis, his giving answers to the questions, his commencements of Rasa Leela with the gopis, Jalakeli wandering in the forest and gopis return back to their home at the end of the night are performed in succession. These are the series of acts performed in Rasa Leela as described in the Bhagavata. Rasa is of many kinds, that is Maharas, Vasantras, Kunjras, Nartanlas. Shanseba or Gosht Nartana is a form of Sankirtan Yagna, wherein the Gosht Leela or the cow tending play of Krishna is danced. Dance is a part and parcel of the religion of the Maithis. Any form of worshipping God by Maithis should necessarily be accompanied by dance and song. This is found in all the types of dance described in the history of Manipuri dances. All the dances of the Maithi are directly to please the gods and goddesses. Tabal Chongbi is a folk dance, but here also the dancers sing the name of Hari in intervals. Hence, in order to know the Maithis and their religion, knowledge of their dance and song is absolutely necessary. The Manipuri dance is to be practiced by both the dancers and the onlookers as the means of joining the play of the Lord, being the subordinate ones of the close attendants, Nitya Parsada of him. The Manipuri dance is popular in the entire population of the Maithis. Manipuri dance is sadhana bhakti, being the practice of obtaining devotion of God. So, this dance has its effect upon both the dancers and the onlookers. The Manipuri is performed for the sake of its effect upon the dancer himself also. Among the four effects which the encyclopedia indicates, the fourth one, which is religious or the ecstasy of bhakti rasa, is affected upon the dancers. The teachers of Manipuri dance, music and dance are many, but the following, the 6 Maharaja worship Sri Govindji, devoting them to this culture and teaching their subjects also in the same for secret services of Sri Govindji. They were Sri Bhagyachandra Maharaj, Sri Chaurajit Maharaj, Sri Marjit Maharaj, Sri Gambhir Singh Maharaj, Sri Narsingh Maharaj, Sri Chandrakirti Maharaj. So, we recognize the above Maharaj as the principal gurus of Manipuri dance. Undoubtedly, the period from Bhagyachandra to Chandrakirti is the golden age of Manipuri. The Manipuri had a strong foundation of its future stronghold laid during this period. These famous 40 selected Ojas such as Oja Dhaniram, Oja Pramendo, Oja Langleng Hengba, Oja Kitna Rupa, Oja Kitna Radha, Oja Tensuba, Oja Thakur Shamahidunga, Oja Saugyajamba Bhima, Oja Chabunga Tolen, Oja Hairongba Ramananda, Oja Gangam Irabanta, Oja Akham Ramananda, Oja Lairikyang Irabata, and others are only those who with these kings worship Govindji in the golden age of Manipuri dance. The works and writings of gurus of Manipuri dance, that Manipuri dance was reconstructed with the material of Bharatanartana Shastra placed in the mold of Manipuri culture. This is why Manipuri dance became so widely known. The words of Schlegel, but in the fine arts, mere imitation is always fruitless. Even what we borrow from others to assume a true poetical shape must, as it were, be born again with us. Of what avail is all foreign imitation? Art cannot exist without nature, and man can give nothing to his fellow men but himself. That is by Schlegel in his dramatic literature. The revival and development of Manipuri dance will depend upon our following to the path shown by the previous kings and acharyas who strictly adhere to the principles of culture. Maharaj Churachand Singh introduced the performance of plays, leelas and Sankirtana in Manipuri language and dedicated the same to Sri Sri Govindji. We should follow him in this respect. It is for this reason Manipuri remains so specific, and you have to be really careful to understand this. Thank you. Namaste.